want to watch.
Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to Fatberg. It's been a fucking minute or two. I think it's been like about 2 or 3 months actually. So to preface this, I am violently sick right now. That's partly why I didn't get this out sooner. I've been meaning to upload some content for a while now. Been some time constraints and what have you, but I figured we would come back with a bang, so to speak. So, um, have you guys ever heard of Funkytown? So, I have talked about this before, and I have said before multiple times that I have no intention of ever watching this video. And I did have no intention of ever watching this video until about 2 days ago. um, uh, I talk about this a lot. Like, I don't like watching live human death on the internet. I am a big purveyor of like uncensored news, and sometimes that contains, death and things like that. I like to see what's actually happening when something bad happens, like with war and things like that. Sometimes I get into cartel videos because it's the same thing. You see like the true graphic nature of what they're doing over there, and Funky Town is a cartel video, and I assume if you're watching this channel, you're fully aware of what it is. It's a big name in the game. Let's go over a brief description just in case, and I will be reacting to I will be reacting to this. So, Funkytown Gore was a video uploaded to Chaotic in 2016. The video in question was originally titled Shocking, Rival Gang Member Flayed, Tortured, and Beheaded. The video clocked in at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And that is 2 minutes that, in my opinion, would change the internet for the worse moving forward. Setting a new level of depravity and extremes that could be witnessed on it. Funkytown would go down for the longest time as the worst and most graphic video on the internet. It has since definitely been surpassed by most accounts, but even today, nearly 10 years later, it still stands as one of the worst things you can witness. Now, I haven't seen the video yet, we'll get to that later, but the description is as follows. A man is seen laying on a white tiled floor. At this point, he has already been severely disfigured. His face and hands have been removed. The aggressors cut at the victim with a box cutter. The victim attempts to bite down on the blade in a desperate attempt to stop them. The men then force a pole into the victim's mouth to hold him still and attempt to slit his throat with a sickle, but it's too dull and proves ineffective. The video ends before we see the victim's final moments, but it's impossible that he survived the encounter. Now, in the video, the attackers speak Spanish, but I have a transcript here. So at 9 seconds, they say this thing / this shit is not cutting right. At 29 seconds, someone says, "Come here to step on him, you are big." At 50 seconds, the axe doesn't cut. How is it not going to cut? Way, bro, open him more. At 56 seconds, they say, put the stick in his mouth. At 1 minute, shit, he bit it. He wants to cut his tongue. Let it go. Make him scream. So there it is. At 1 minute and 6 seconds, put the stick in his mouth. Fuck it. Put it in so he doesn't scream. Now he won't scream. At 1 minute 46 seconds, you took / you chose the wrong side. This seems to be referencing to him, choosing a rival gang or something like that. At 2 minutes 20 seconds, step on him, Danny, step on his chest. At 2 minutes 29 seconds, let him go, die, or let him go / die. Cut his / let go of his hands. He is about to die. Kind of a rough transcript there, but that's what we got to work with here. Okay. So, there is some mythos surrounding this video. One of the myths being that there is a longer version on the fucking deep web. Ooh. That's pretty much definitely not true. There's no reliable source on that. One of the other potential myths is that they were pumping him full of drugs with an IV drip to keep him conscious throughout the entire encounter. And I've heard some people say that this isn't true, and some people say it is. We do know the cartel does sometimes drug people before they torture them to keep them, alive a little bit longer or make them more easy to work with, I guess, kind of restrain them a little bit. So that's something I would hope to disprove here or prove. I don't know. I don't know how much analysis I'm going to be doing on this fucking thing. Okay, where do I have the video? I fucking downloaded it. It's great to have on my hard drive. So, my initial, view of it, I have, a thumbnail here. It's pretty low quality, but it's much better than you would hope. It's a vertical video. I didn't know that. Okay, so I'm gonna full screen it. I'm gonna pop some headphones on, and we're gonna see what we're dealing with here. I say this a lot. I know I do, and I know it probably gets kind of old to hear, but I don't want to watch this one. Okay, so let's begin. All right, starting from 0 here. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, fuck it. Let's go. Jesus Christ. Okay, so no, it looks like I got the timeline wrong. They're starting with the sickle. Jesus. It looks like there's 4 people there, not 3. Guy's standing on him. The sickle thing they're using is doing nothing. And then they got the box cutter. Jesus fucking Christ. He's tied up. He's resisting to what extent he can. It's a massive fucking box cutter, too. It's not like a little tiny one. It's almost like a fucking, retractable machete-looking thing. Might just be the perspective of the video. The audio quality is not great, so, I'm usually an audio guy. It's not really getting me that much. They just moved the camera in such a way that you can see, everything now. Up until that point, it was actually kind of dark. Did I mention why they call the video Funkytown? I fucking did it. It's because there's music playing the entire time. Right now, Guns N' Roses is playing. He gets untied, and he's got no hands, but he's trying to, protect his face. And that's the end of it. Fuck. Okay. Let's take a look here. I'm going to mute this. So, talking about the IV drip, I see what they're talking about. There's something running into him. but it doesn't really look like an IV. It looks like they were using some sort of cordage to tie him up, and that's just sort of a chunk of it. Nothing about that would imply to me they got him on fucking, like, medical equipment, and I don't think a bunch of cartel members would understand how to properly do that to begin with. All the stuff they're using on the guy is, like, ineffective. Like, it's not like sharp slashes on him. Like, they got like a dull fucking sickle, a dull box cutter. It's not really doing anything. They're just sort of grabbing at his, like, fucking flesh and, like, pulling on it. There is one part here towards the end where they start, like, stabbing him under his arm, and he reacts pretty strongly to that. So it looks like that was actually, like, effective. Okay. Jesus Christ. So the first half of the video, they're again, it's very good quality for what it is, but they're filming it on some sort of shitty phone. So the first half of the video, the color is all, like, blown out, and you really can't make out detail. But at about, like, 1:30, they fucking rotate the camera and it comes into focus and you can fucking see just about everything. Okay, let's close out of that. Enough of that for now. Okay. So that's Funkytown. Let me gather my thoughts. Hang on, I'm trying to process this a little bit. Just the immediate opinion in terms of, like, just brutality. Like, yeah, it's like a 10 out of a 10. I have seen what I would describe as, like, grosser things before. But in terms of, like, just blood and violence, I have not seen anything worse than that on the internet. I've seen some pretty graphic shit before. I've seen, like, beheadings. I've seen, like, really, really brutal war footage. I've seen all kinds of cartel videos. But it is, again, something about how, again, like the blades are ineffective, and that's almost so much worse to me that they're just sitting there, like, slashing at him, and it's, like, dull, and it's just sort of, like, grabbing at his fucking face. You know, it's not actually cutting. And the part where, like, he gets loose and he's got no fucking hands, but he's trying to, like, block his face with his hands, just like the primal fucking instinct. Definitely, I would say hits home. Jesus Christ. Look, I don't know how good of a reaction that's going to be for you guys, because I've said this before. I don't put on a show. I'm giving you, like, an honest reaction to it, and all I can say is that definitely takes a little bit out of me. I'm not going to sit here like, oh, you fucking Funkytown, ah! Like, no, that's not how I am. That's awful. That's an awful thing to see. Nobody should watch that. What else can we add to it? I mean, so there was a second video uploaded, like, a year or two later or something like that a lot of people believe is the same room and the same, like, cartel members, but there's no legitimate evidence of that. We'll take a look at that video later and see, like, what people are getting at. You do get a pretty good look at the room there. And again, it looked like there was, like, 4 people there. Maybe it's just the way everybody was moving around. At least 3, definitely. 3, like, attackers and then the victim on the floor. I don't think that was an IV drip. It didn't look like one to me. It looked like just some fucking cable bullshit they were using to tie, like, the poor bastard up. And on top of that, you know, it's the same thing with, like, Ghost Rider and some other, like, cartel videos out there where there people, like, watch and you're like, oh, well, he deserved it. He was a cartel member. We don't know what the fucking guy did, okay? He could have fucking, like, sold some weed in the wrong part of town or something. We don't know if he was out there fucking skinning people himself and then got skinned. We don't even know for sure if that guy was a cartel member. For all we know, he could have just wandered into the wrong part of town and they fucking picked him up. Like, we don't know any of that. So, like, people watch these and they're like, oh, well, he deserved it probably. It's like, no, you don't know that. And I don't think anybody deserves that. That is some of the most brutal torture that you could actually watch on the internet. Out of everything I have seen, that is the most, I would say, brutal video I have seen. And I don't really intend to go much higher than that. When I first read about this video, I literally lost sleep over it. So there is a part of it that's a little, I guess it's kind of weirdly gets it out of my system a little bit. So it kind of gets rid of the, like, you make it so much worse in your head, I guess. And I don't think I made it that much worse in my head. It's pretty fucking bad. But look, that's Funkytown. I don't know what else to add to it. There's plenty of fucking breakdowns. I can go into so much more detail than I can. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to try to upload more.